Hi class, let's continue our discussion under graphing transformation of exponential functions. Let's start. For example number 3, sketch the graph of y is equal to 2 raised to x minus 3 and y is equal to 2x plus 1. So from our standard form of y is equal to b raised to x, upon observing our given, obviously, nagkaroon siya ng letter C. So for this case, meron tayong minus 3 at may plus 1. So, anong mangyayaring transformation or shift ang mangyayari sa ating graph as well as sa coordinates ng ating y is equal to 2 raised to x. So, first, let's evaluate y is equal to 2 raised to x minus 3. So, just like our previous example, to solve for this one, we are going to just replace the value of x with the provided values of x in our table. So, let's start with negative 3. So, you will have 2 raised to negative 3 minus 3. 2 raised to negative 3. Ayan. Upon checking our table, bigay naman na siya or may value na po siya which is equal to 0.125 minus 3. So, isolve na lang po natin. 0.125 minus 3 is equal to negative 2.875. Next, we have y is equal to 2 raised to negative 2 minus 3. Again, may value na tayo ng 2 raised to negative 2 which is equal to 0.25 minus 3. And 0.25 minus 3 is equal to negative 2.75. Next, y is equal to 2 raised to negative 1 minus 3. 2 raised to negative 1 is equal to 0.5 minus 3 and 0.5 minus 3 is equal to negative 2.5. Next, y is equal to 2 raised to 0 minus 3. 2 raised to 0 is 1 minus 3 and 1 minus 3 is equal to negative 2. Next, y is equal to 2 raised to 1 minus 3 and 2 raised to 1 is 2 minus 3. So, 2 minus 3 is equal to negative 1. Next, y is equal to 2 raised to 2 minus 3 and 2 raised to 2 is equal to 4 minus 3. 4 minus 3 is equal to positive 1. Last, y is equal to 2 raised to 3 minus 3. So, 8 minus 3 is equal to 5. So, ayan. Na-complete na po natin yung ating y coordinates for the function y is equal to 2 raised to x minus 3. Next, let's evaluate function y is equal to 2 raised to x plus 1. So, let's start when our x is equal to negative 3. So, we have 2 raised to negative 3 plus 1. And 2 raised to negative 3 is equal to 0.125 plus 1. So, 0.125 plus 1 is equal to 1.125. Next, y is equal to 2 raised to negative 2 plus 1. And negative 2 raised to negative 2 is equal to 0.25 plus 1 which is equal to 1.25. Next, we have y is equal to 2 raised to negative 1 plus 1. 2 raised to negative 1 is equal to 0.5 plus 1 and 0.5 plus 1 is equal to 1.5. Next, y is equal to 2 raised to 0 plus 1 and 2 raised to 0 is 1 plus 1. So, we have positive 2. Next, let's have y is equal to 2 raised to 1 plus 1. 2 raised to 1 is 2 plus 1 and 2 plus 1 is equal to 3. Next, y is equal to 2 raised to 2 plus 1. 2 raised to 2 is equal to 4 plus 1 equal to 5. Last, y is equal to 2 raised to 3 plus 1 and 2 raised to 3 is equal to 8 plus 1. So, 8 plus 1 is equal to 9. So, ayan, kumpleto na po natin yung ating y coordinates ng ating last function, which is y is equal to 2 raised to x plus 1. Now, let's see what will happen when we try to plot the points from our table. So, here I have now the graph of y is equal to 2 raised to x plus 1. And yung pula po is the graph of our y is equal to 2 raised to x. While the other one is the graph of y is equal to 2 raised to x minus 3. So, ayan, no? With our reference graph, which is y is equal to 2 raised to x, napansin natin na nag-move ng pataas. No? Pataas yung ating graph at pababa. So, let's answer the following questions. What are the y-intercept of all the three graphs? So, this is just easy kasi number 1, provided yung ating table. So, what we're going to just do is to look at the values of our y when our x is equal to 0. So, for this case, for the graph of y is equal to 2 raised to x, our y-intercept is 1 or at point 0, 1. Next, for the graph of y is equal to 2 raised to x minus 3, when our x is 0, we have negative 2 as our y-intercept. So that is 0, negative 2. Next, for our function y is equal to 2 raised to x plus 1, we have 0, 2. So, ayan po, no? Ito po yung mga points na ito. Tinutukoy dyan. Next, let's have what are the asymptotes of all the three graphs. So, obviously, upon checking our graph, we can conclude that there is no vertical asymptote. However, we can see or we can clearly see that there is a horizontal asymptote. And what is the horizontal asymptote for each graph? So, let's have first yung ating y is equal to 2 raised to x. So, tingnan natin yung ating graph at mapapansin nyo at this part, ayan, when our x is approaching to negative infinity, the behavior or the values of our y, ayan, it also approach a particular line. However, it will never touch, which is the line of y is equal to 0 or yung ating x-axis. Next, tingnan naman po natin yung ating graph for y is equal to 2 raised to x minus 3. So, ito daw po yun, no? So, upon checking the graph, you observe that as our x approach to negative infinity or decreases, ayan, mapapansin mo na yung y values mo also decreases and approaches a particular line, which is the line of, ayan, kung magdodraw ka dyan ng imaginary line, ayan, particularly this line is what you call y is equal to negative 3. Then, lastly, for the graph of y is equal to 2 raised to x plus 1, ayan, so as our x decreases, our y also decreases. However, hindi siya nagtatouch at particular line, ito, this line. So, pag drinaw natin yung imaginary line na to, this is what you call the line y is equal to 1. Now, if we're going to observe or compare the behavior of our horizontal asymptote with respect to its functions, ma-observe natin with y is equal to 2 raised to x, with horizontal asymptote 0, if we are going to compare it with the graph y is equal to 2 raised to x minus 3, yung horizontal asymptote natin, minus 3, it shift 3 units down. While with our y is equal to 2 raised to x plus 1, our horizontal asymptote from y is equal to 0, shift 1 unit upward. So from here, we can clearly see how our y is equal to 2 raised to x transform when we try to add c in our form b raised to x. Next, let's continue. Let's identify the domain range of each graph. So for y is equal to 2 raised to x, what is the domain and the range of our graph? For the domain, so obviously last time we have identified that we don't have vertical asymptote. So therefore, our domain is the set of negative infinity and positive infinity. So that applies also with our y is equal to 2 raised to x minus 3, y is equal to 2 raised to x plus 1. So their domains are negative infinity and positive infinity. So for our range, let's base it with our horizontal asymptote. So a while ago, we have identified that our horizontal asymptote for y is equal to 2 raised to x is line y is equal to 0. While for the graph of y is equal to 2 raised to x minus 3, our horizontal asymptote is y is equal to negative 3. And lastly, for the graph of y is equal to 2 raised to x plus 1, our horizontal asymptote is y is equal to 1. So from here, we can identify our range. Obviously, lahat ng ating graph ay upward or approaching positive infinity. So for y is equal to 2 raised to x, our range is 0, positive infinity. While for y is equal to 2 raised to x minus 3, our range is negative 3, positive infinity. And lastly, for y is equal to 2 raised to x plus 1, our range is positive 1, positive infinity. So in general, with our base form y is equal to b raised to x, when we add c to this, the shift that happens with our graph is what we call the vertical shift. Let d be a real number. The graph of y is equal to f of x plus t. If is a vertical shift of d units up if d is greater than 0. So, if our d is greater than 0, magkakaroon tayo ng vertical shift of d. Kung ano yung value ng ating d and units up tayo. So, for this case, ito nga po, 2 raised to x plus 1. So, ang d natin is 1. That is why ang shift is isa pa taas. Next, or pwede naman daw pong tinatawag na vertical shift of d units down. So, this happens when our d is less than 0 of the graph y is equal to f of x. So, ayan, for this example, we have y is equal to 2 raised to x minus 3. Ayan, nag-shift siya ng 3 beses. Ang d natin dito is 3. So, 3 beses bababa. So, that's it for our third transformation under the graph of exponential function.